turns, 3 and 4. Chad White on the bottom, William Duff on the top. Checkered flag in the air. Who's going to win? It's William Duff. No, look out. He just junked it. Look out. Oh, my God. World's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. On the call tonight. On your feet. Off your seats. It's about to go green. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live here tonight. We are at Talladega with the Flim Dogs Racing League, the Wheels America Racing Cup Series for the Turning Point USA 250. And folks, we are ready to roll, and you will not believe who is on the pole tonight. Let's get started here. It's official. Quick time. Christian Taylor, top of the board, the number 45 machine. Let's get the starting lineup rolling for you great fans at home. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's starting lineup with the Flim Dogs Racing League, Wheels America Racing Cup Series on Hutchinson Motorsports TV, the world's #1 streaming service. We hope you had a fantastic Thanksgiving holiday. Well, tonight's starting lineup is as follows. On the front row in the pole position, he won't be there long. It's the 45, Christian Taylor on his outside. In the 29, Robert Hassan. Row number 2 on the inside, the number 36 machine, Dylan Morante on his outside. The 0, Gabriel Garcia. Row number 3 on the inside, in the 51, it's Josh Larson on his outside. In the 73, Justin Malarkey. Row number 4 on the inside, in the number 1 machine, Steve Tucker on his outside. The 09, Derek Fox. Row number 5 on the inside, in the number 55 machine, Thomas Meeks III on his outside. The 88, Matthew Fleming. Row number 12 on the inside, ladies and gentlemen, it's the 41, Robert Kurzelik on his outside. In the 12, Frankie Barroso. Row number 7 on the inside, the number 23, Bump and Run, Jesse Becker on his outside. The 5, William Robbins. Row number 8 on the inside, in the 13 machine, Michael Landfair on his outside. The 25 of Paul Shaw. Row number 9 on the inside, in the 24, J.R. Schomburg on his outside. The 2 of Cody Keller. Row number 10 on the inside, ladies and gentlemen, fan favorite. It's the 48, the weapon, Kerwin Marshall on his outside. The 39, Joseph Neely. Row number 11 on the inside, ladies and gentlemen, it's the 20 of Chris Essery on his outside. The 65, he is a Lions fan. Talk about a loser franchise. Detroit Lions in 3rd place in the NFC North. Losers. Mitch Diamond. Row number 12 on the inside, in the number 31 machine, Brandon Shelton on his outside. The 54, Brian Burchett. Row number 13 on the inside, that's all you got. It's the 56, starting dead last, John Scholes. So there is tonight's starting lineup here, ladies and gentlemen, at Talladega with the Turning Point USA 250 on the world's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Your front row on the inside, Christian Taylor on the outside, Robert Hassan. We are ready to roll. We've been off 6 nights in a row, our first race in almost a week. We are pumped up here at Hutchinson Motorsports TV, folks. Be sure to click the like button on the video. Subscribe to the channel. HMS TV back underway in December. Right now, we've got about 10 people tuned in here to watch the Turning Point USA 250 with the Flim Dogs Racing League Wheels America Racing Cup Series as the pace truck is in, field is set. We've got 24 laps here for stage number 1 as they roll into the tri-oval in front of a sold-out crowd here at Talladega. And And green flag in the air, the Turning Point USA 250 is underway with Christian Taylor, the point man. Nobody's junking it just quite yet as they head into turn one. How patient are these drivers going to be, or are they going to junk each other? Taylor leads the bottom line with Hassan leading the top line. Down the back stretch. Taylor getting a push there from Dylan Morante, I believe, there in the 36 machine as one's going to drop to the back. Let's hop on board here with somebody. Let's find Bump and Run Jesse Becker. See what he's doing. He's probably looking. I can't even find him. Here he is. Bump and Run Jesse Becker cruising around in the 11th position. Let's hop on board with him. See what's going on. Rolling on the bottom. He's behind that 88 car of Matthew Fleming. Full throttle here out of Southport, North Carolina. Bump and Run Jesse Becker, the dirtiest driver in the game. Let's see what he's got up his sleeve here tonight. You see sparks flying around. That means these cars are bottoming out as not much passing going on. Typical next-gen super speedway racing here so far. I don't think there's been a pass in the field. We got some guys switching lanes, though, trying to make their way up to the front. Christian Taylor sitting on the pole position tonight, leading his first laps ever here with the Flim Dogs Racing. Man, I thought this guy would never lead a lap. Well, here he is. Let's give him some TV time before he junks it and throws a fit. Christian Taylor at the HMS TV logo there on the back. Harpoon design paint scheme. Good-looking car there from Christian Taylor, your race leader in the 45. But a big shout out to tonight's our channel sponsors. We have Harpoon Design. Boy, I tell you what, Brantley Roden, he's probably done about half the paint schemes in this field here tonight. Bunch of good looking paints on these cars. Head on over, folks, if you want to look fast as well. HarpoonDesign.com. Paints start at just $25. He is the #1 painter on TradingPaints.com. Can you believe that? We got Connor Gerard in the chat. Connor, what is going on here? Good racing here so far as we head into lap #4 here with the Flim Dogs Racing League Wheels America Racing Cup Series on the world's #1 streaming service. That's right, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Meanwhile, we drop back a little bit here. Steve Tucker cruising around in the 6th position out of Boston, Massachusetts, ripping the bottom line. Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, we hope all you guys had a good Thanksgiving holiday. Got nice and refreshed. As Christian Taylor in the bottom line, he is not getting much help behind him. The top lane making some moves. Hassan's going to go down to the bottom, as well as the 73 of Malarkey. So they're going to take the point, but then Malarkey says, later, loser. Go to the middle, and he just hung himself out to dry. Boy, Malarkey got a little greedy there, and now he's stuck in the middle, and he is going to lose some spots. Tried to ditch the 29 of Hassan. Well, didn't work out for him. He's going to lose at least a handful of spots as Christian Taylor sticks with the bottom line. But right now on the top line, the 88 of Matthew Fleming leading the top line. Well, we appreciate you folks tuning in here to the world's #1 streaming service as the top lane is going nowhere. They're losing all kinds of ground. Barroso's trying to ditch the 88, says, get out of the way, loser. Are you holding the brake? Barroso goes down the bottom. Matthew Fleming is a rolling chicane right now. Boy, what is he doing? Is he lifting down the straightaway? He just absolutely annihilated that top line. They have lost all momentum. So we're going to jump back out front. Robert Hassan, your race leader here. Christian Taylor second, followed by Morante, Tucker, and Meeks, your top 5. Connor Gerard says this is going to end badly. Well, Connor, we'll have to wait and see because we do know it's a 24-lap dash to the stage break. Can these guys make it all 24 laps without junking it here at Talladega? We're going to find out. Well, folks, we're going to jump on over to a quick ad break. We will be right back. here. World's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. And we're back here at Talladega as Frankie Barroso has taken over the race lead. He is the point man. Fleming in second, followed by Robbins, Tucker, and Shaw. Folks, if you're tuned in, drop a comment here in the chat. Let us know who you're pulling for. We got about 13 people watching. Click that like button on the video for us. Share it to your friends. Get them in here. I want to make fun of your favorite driver while they're on the track and they can't defend themselves. We're here in lap number 9, 94 laps around the track here tonight at Talladega Super Speedway. Folks, let's pull up some track information for you great fans watching here at home. Here you have it, Talladega Super Speedway. It's cool 67 degrees out here tonight. Track temp at 82. So these guys are nice and hooked up. Should have a lot of grip out here at Talladega tonight. Nobody has junked it just quite yet. Just a matter of time, though. But it looks like we've got 25 cars signed in here tonight. Front pack is most of the cars, but we've got a few of these guys that have dropped back. The last car in the pack is the Detroit Lions 65. Boy, I tell you what, Detroit in last, that is no shot. Man, it's just so good seeing the Detroit Lions back in third in the NFC North. Team kind of stinks, not going to lie. The Bears are night and day better than the Detroit Lions. Mitch Diamond is not happy about it either. Connor Gerard in the chat, though, tuned in. Appreciate you tuning in, Connor, as Steve Tucker takes over the race lead in front of his teammate, Frankie Barroso. Let's pull up your HMS TV hard charger board right now. Brandon Shelton up to the 8th position. He's gained 15 spots, make it 16 since the start of this race. He is your hard charger. We got 9 people watching. What a big turnout here for the Turning Point USA 250 on the world's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Tell you what, most of our fans probably forgot that we were streaming because, again, it's been like a week since we've gone live here on iRacing. We did have 1 or 2 live streams of American Truck Sim, just kind of clean some time. But we're back at our main gig now here on iRacing. Got Thomas Meeks in the Wheels America Racing 55 machine, currently sitting in the 6th position out of San Antonio, Texas. Christian Taylor back in the 9th position after starting on the pole. He's lost 7 spots. Looks to be bottom line dominant right now. The top line, nobody wanting to get up there. Looks like the top 10 or so are on the bottom line. So it looks like the 29, though, of Hassan looking to go outside, see if he's got any takers with him. And it looks like the 55 of Christian Taylor going to go up there and try that top line out. Let's hop on board. Watch Christian Taylor jump some race cars. Not much changing out front. Steve Tucker continues to lead the race with Frankie Barroso right on his back bumper. We're halfway done through stage number 1 here. 12 laps to go here for the stage. Landon Bednar's in the chat pulling for the flagship cars. Looks like Landon unfortunately couldn't make it here tonight. What's your excuse, Landon? You didn't want to junk it? You need to get out there. Let's try to find some of these flagship cars. I believe one of them is Dylan Morante, if I'm not mistaken, if I can find them. Let's take a look here, folks. Let's try to see if we can get the this fancy drone cam we got out here. I'll tell you what, our buddies over at Juicy Spider Studios really hooked us up with the drone cams. So the Juicy Spider drone, let's get them out. There we have it. I don't know, he's blackout much, but it's not flagship. So I don't know who the hell's on what team, honestly. But there's Dylan Morante. Good looking car nonetheless. Look at this junk 65 with Detroit Lions on the car. No wonder he's in the back. Let's get him off the screen. I don't want to show that car any more than I have to. We'll go back up here. Derek Fye right now, though, in the drone cam view. Fly over the top here. Got the Tay Fye Artist 09 machine, Derek Fye. Meanwhile, Matthew Fleming sitting in the 3rd position. Boy, we saw him up top earlier, and he was just at rolling chicane. Looked like he had a parachute pulled out. Looks like he's figured something out, because he was junk earlier. And behind him, you got William Robbins in the 4th position out of Virginia. Good night so far for Robbins. 10 laps remain here in stage number 1, Turning Point USA, with the Wheels America Racing Cup Series, right here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Joseph Neely cruising around in the 8th spot after starting in 20th. He's up 12 spots at the start of this race. Not too many battles right now here as the top lane's trying to get rolling. Robert Hassong has led that top lane for a while, just cannot get any help. We got 250 miles on tap here tonight, which is going to be 94 laps as Steve Tucker continues to lead Frankie Barroso right on that back bumper. And we got a 3rd line forming. These guys in the back are sick of waiting around. All these guys up front staying single file. They say it is go time. Hop on board here, bumping around Jesse Becker. He's right behind the weapon, Kerwin Marshall in the 48. Becker looking to the outside. He's trying to make a move to get up front. Hassong going to try to get to that back bumper and help push the 23 of Becker, but it is not going to help until they get some more cars formed up in that top line. In the chat, Landon Bednar says he's sitting in the hospital room waiting on his newborn daughter. Well, congratulations, Landon. Appreciate you popping in here, and that is definitely exciting for you, getting the newborn daughter here. Well done. But for now, Steve Tucker continues to lead this race. Boy, look at these top 3 up here pushing each other. Matthew Fleming, boy, I tell you what, it'd be smart if Matthew Fleming just pushed Frankie Barroso into Steve Tucker and junked them both. That is a good way to get 2 of the front runners out in one move. These 2 have just been dominating this season so far, Barroso and Tucker. So if you can take them both out with one bump, that is the way to go. Skull Vikings just donated $5 through Super Chat. Big Vikings fan. Pulling for Steve the GOAT. I'm guessing that's Daryl Young. Daryl, is that you? I don't think there's any other Vikings fans in the world that are rooting for Steve Tucker. Nonetheless, we appreciate the Super Chat. Thanks for popping in, watching the stream. Be sure to click that like button, subscribe to the channel. You're watching the Turning Point USA 250. 7 laps remain here in stage number 1 with Tucker and Barroso out front. Helen's younger cousin, Cody Keller, in the 7th position out of Hanover, Pennsylvania. trying to get the top line moving, looking to get a push from the 39 machine of Joseph Mealy. And folks, keep an eye on this kid right here, the weapon, Kerwin Marshall, in the 8th position. He is just waiting to junk some race cars. We're at Talladega. We're going to see a big one, and you know the 48 is going to be the issue. Guaranteed. Yeah, Daryl, not sure why it changed your name. It's always said Daryl Young. Now it says Skull Vikings 4, but guys, give Daryl a break. I wasn't going to mention it on the stream, but he is a Vikings fan. And man, oh man, what a time to be a Vikings fan. That is unfortunate. Let's see if Tucker continues to lead out front with Frankie Barroso second, followed by Fleming, Robbins, Shaw, Fye, Marshall, Keller, Diamond, and Mealy, your top 10. Well, look at this guy, Christian Taylor, for starting on the pole. That's right, he qualified on the pole. He's back in the 15th position. This 45 car of Taylor is slow. He's junk. He's in the back. Christian Taylor, 14. Joseph Mealy cruising around in the 9th position, trying to get that top line going. They just cannot get any help. Daryl Young, if you're still in the chat, you've got a bunch of experience here at these super speedways in the next gen cars. You know, they're big turds around these tracks. What would your strategy be in this turd of a next gen car here at Talladega? Let's see if any of these leaders try to make a move for the stage win. You know, points are important. You can get as many points as you can on the stage, and I believe you also get the coveted playoff point if you can win the stage. So we're going to see what happens here as we got 3.5 laps left to go here in the Turning Point USA stage number 1. Be sure to click that like button for us, folks. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Drop a comment. Let us know who you're pulling for. That's what we really want to know. Who are you pulling for? Who's going to win this thing, and who's going to junk it? We have not had a caution yet. We're going to have a stage break here in just 3 laps. But again, let us know how your holiday weekend went as well. Thanksgiving time, boy, is a good weekend for me. You know, I'm putting together, I started a new hobby. I'm getting a saltwater tank. I didn't realize how much work it was to set all this up. Finally got my tank, all the sand and the rock in it, and now I'm doing a cycle before I can put fish in it. So I'm hoping here in the next 2 to 5 weeks, depending on how the levels work out, I can get some saltwater fish in here. I'm going to probably need some help knowing what should I put in this thing. Definitely going to have some clownfish. You can't have a saltwater tank without clownfish as these guys head down the front stretch into the tri-oval. Steve Tucker, still your leader here. Is he going to win stage number 1? No cautions yet. Nobody's junked it. Guys are playing pretty friendly here so far. Wheels America Racing Cup Series, though, here tonight. Monday night action right here on the world's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Where else can you see more iRacing coverage than right here? The answer, folks, it's nowhere. As they go into turns 3 and 4 here, going to get the white flag for the stage. Here comes the top line. Steve Tucker throws a block. So the top lane finally gets to the race leaders. Tucker blocks him out. That's Cody Keller in the 2. Nowhere to go. He's going to have to fall in line behind Tucker. Tucker goes back to the bottom. So final lap around the super speedway of Talladega before the stage break. Down the backstretch for the final time. Stage number 1 with the Flim Dogs Racing League Wheels America Racing Cup Series. We got blocks being thrown down the backstretch. These guys want every stage point they can get. Tucker's still the point man. Let's see if the 88 of Fleming can get a push on the top line. Boy, a bad block there from Tucker and going into turn 4. Into the trial for the final time. It's going to be a drag race to the line. Who's going to be your stage 1 winner? Oh, no, they're junking it. Look out. Go, goes. We got cars flipping. Caution is out. Frankie Barroso, your stage 1 winner. These guys are throwing dirty blocks, and look, now their races are ruined. Let's see what happened. My, oh my, we knew it was going to happen, folks. Well, here it is. Let's hop up here to the Hutchinson Motorsports TV chopper cam. Let us know what you think happens. Here it is. Slow motion here. So there you go. Okay, you see the 2 of Keller gets into the quarter panel of the 88 of Fleming, and then it just all goes south from there. 88 involved, 55 involved, 24, 25, the 2, the 39. Who else gets it? Oh, my gosh. Look at that. The 25 and the 2 just absolutely annihilate the wall. 25 goes for a roll, and there's Jesse Becker driving by. He says, later, losers. My, oh, my. Let's hop on board here at the 25. Boy, what a tough run for Paul Shaw. He was running up front. Well, not anymore. Now he's jumped. Here it is. Wham! Boy, out of Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, Paul Shaw, your car is junk. Paul Shaw, let's hop on board here. Hutchinson Motorsports TV cockpit view. Well, here you go. Here's Paul Shaw. He's like, okay, we're getting to the end of stage 1. I'm going to get some good stage points here. It's been a good night so far. I just cannot wait until, wham! Straight into the wall. Boom! Roll over 1, 2, 3. 3 flips. Paul Shaw to Bethlehem, Pennsylvania is junk. Well, folks, as our guys go down pit road here, we're going to take a quick break. We will be right back here watching the world's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. And we are back here at the Turning Point USA 250. Frankie Barroso, still your race leader. Andy was your stage 1 winner. Well, let's get him in here, folks, for a quick interview after we watch a big chunk of the field get jumped. Frankie, Blake up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Hey, a big stage 1 win for you here tonight. The magical season continues to thrive as you bring home the stage 1 win, and it looks like you had a lot of race cars get junked there coming the line behind you.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what happened. I know the last 2 laps are kind of crazy, just trying to keep temp in the car, and Steve is doing a great job working both lines, and I don't know what happened. I know Steve got put 3 wide. We both got put kind of 3 wide. I think Fleming jumped to his outside, and then from there, I don't know what happened exactly.
Yeah, so it looked like Fleming went up high, and then the car behind Steve got into Fleming's quarter panel, and then that put him into Steve, and then it was just a domino from there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just tough. You know, we're all coming to the stage, and yeah, it's just one of those plate race things, but the good news is they'll still be in the race. I got a fast pair, and you know, we'll try and do it again this time. I'm just gonna try, instead of going from 10th to the lead, I want to stay in the lead. So
Yeah, you know,
hopefully I can stay here.
absolutely. And it seems like, I mean, it's not easy to pass here in this next gen car. You really have to get a lot of help there on the outside of this looking like.
Yeah, it's very with this car, it's just super draggy. So like you're very reliant on everybody else. I was kind of fortunate that I was able to play the line game correct, and once I was able to get to the bottom, um I kind of had a lead, and then Steve got up here, and then once Steve got to lead, it was a little tougher for everybody else. But I think the outside lane's possible, but you just need to keep temps cool and all that good jazz. And it's definitely a game, and you know, I'm not really a fan of Super Speedways, but hey, I'm here for it.
Absolutely. Well, hey, great job so far. Winning stage number 1. You're going to have stage 2 coming up next. Let's see if you can go back to back.
That's the plan.
All right, best of luck, Frank.
Thank you.
There's Frankie Barroso, your stage 1 winner as the field is set. Pace car is in. We are ready to roll. It's going to be Barroso on the inside, Robbins on the outside. In front of a sold-out crowd here at Talladega, the fans are on their feet, off their seats. We're ready to roll into the juicy spider restart zone. Green flag in the air. Frankie Barroso with a good jump. Everybody's fighting to get down to the bottom line. We know the bottom line is the way to go. It is not impossible to get up there on the top, but you really have to get your ducks in a row to make it work. Hopping on board here, Christian Taylor trying to get that top line going, trying to push this 5 machine of William Robbins. But for now, it's Barroso followed by Tucker, Morante, Fye, and Robbins, your top 5. So we're going to have a stage break here in about 22 laps or so, and then we're going to go to the finish. Again, 94 laps around Talladega tonight. We're going into lap number 29. Have had only 1 wreck, the one coming to the stage end anyways. We've been pretty clean racing. Like Frankie mentioned, though, these guys do have one fast repair that a bunch of guys did have to use there at the end of stage number 1. But you're watching Hutchinson Motorsports TV, world's #1 streaming service. Got 2 Harpoon design paint schemes out front. That's the 12 of Frankie Barroso, the 1 of Steve Tucker. Head on over, harpoondesign.com. Paint start is just $25, folks. Brantley Roden can hook you up. He is one of the best in the business, and that is why these guys are so fast. Part of being fast is looking fast, and when you get the looking part down, the driving part just comes easy, folks. Trust me. Well, let's drop back here, see if these guys can hold on to the draft. Looks like they might lose it. Chris Essery. Boy, this 20 car is so slow in junk, he can't even hold on to the draft. Kardzlik in the 41s. Tell him to get out of the way. He's slower than hell. Meanwhile, Gabriel Garcia just says he's a parachute and he needs to get out of the way. So there's Gabriel Garcia out of San Bernardino, California. He's out of the draft. He's in the back. He's jumped. Gabriel Garcia. But Steve Tucker, your race leader out front out of Boston, Massachusetts. Tucker's led a lot of laps. Speaking of which, let's pull up your HMS TV lap leaderboard. Tucker led 15, make it 16 laps. Barroso with 8, followed by Hassan 4, Taylor 2, and we got Thomas Meeks as well. We're watching them rip it around here at Talladega on the world's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Where else would you rather be right now here tonight, folks? I'll tell you my answer. It is nowhere. With the best fans in the business, we got Connor Gerard in the chat. Connor, what is the intense meter at right now here at Talladega? These guys driving clean. We're logging some laps in. We're going to see how this thing plays out. Trying to work on something on the side here, folks, so He's the but nothing changing out front here as your top three continues to remain the same. In the chat, we got driver 28 official pulling for Meeks. Let's take a look at Thomas Meeks III, see how he's doing. So here he is, Meeks out of San Antonio, currently sitting in the 6th position, make it 7th. He is about the 4th car in the bottom line. Make it 5th car in bottom line. Let's hop on board with Meeks. See if we can figure out how to get this 55 Wheels America machine to the front. There you have it. Looks like we got a lap car or something there, the 39, going to the back. He's going to let everybody by. Been a rough race for him. Still a long way to go here, folks, in the Turning Point USA 250 here at Talladega. Wheels America Racing Cup Series. Steve Tucker continues to lead this race out front. Again, it's been tough to pass. Bottom lane has been dominant. Again, it's not impossible, but it's definitely not easy here in this next-gen car. In the chat, we got Dominic. I guess it's Dominic. Spelled a little different. Anyways, Dominic Millis says put it in gear prime car. So he is pulling for the weapon of Kerwin Marshall. Last car on the lead lap right now in 21st position. He is out of the draft right now. Kerwin Marshall, let's see if he's going to junk some race cars or do something. Come on, Kerwin. I tell you what, the last couple weeks, he has not lived up to his nickname, the Weapon. Needs to quit driving clean and start taking out some race cars. Do something, Kerwin. Well, let's jump back up front here. Derek Fight of York, South Carolina, sitting in the 4th position. Meanwhile, top line trying to get going, but the 5 of Robbins doesn't have a ton of help, it looks like. Meanwhile, we got about 12 to 14 fans watching. Be sure to click that like button on the video for us. Subscribe to the channel. We've got 3 likes with 14 watching. The numbers do not add up, ladies and gentlemen. So click that like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, share it with your friends, get them in here so I can make fun of your favorite driver while they're on the track and cannot defend themselves. That's my favorite thing to do. Let's hop on board with Bump and Run. Jesse Becker in the 11th position. 23 machine of Becker cruising around there on the top line, sitting in 11th right now. 14 laps left to go here in stage number 2. We're not even halfway done with this race quite yet. Fred Tenorio tuned in. Welcome back, Fred. We appreciate you popping into the stream. We're watching the Wheels America Racing Cup Series here at Talladega. The Turning Point USA 250 here tonight. Stage number 2 is underway here with 14 laps left to go before we rack them up, pay out some stage points, and do it again. Connor Gerard still sticking around like usual. I'll tell you what, he is Hutchinson Motorsports TV diehard. Steve Tucker, though, continues to lead as another lap car goes to the wall and gets out of the way. Yeah, let us know who your favorite driver is, folks. Who should we keep an eye on? Maybe we'll pop on board in the HMS TV cockpit view. See how it goes. Check out Robert's song here. A song in the 29 machine. He is on the far outside line trying to get a 3rd lane formed. Well, folks, that's not going to work. When 2 lanes won't even work, the 3rd is not going to be the move. Here comes the top line. A big push from Taylor. He needs a little bit of help behind him, though, so they can get up there and compete with these top 2 of Tucker and Barroso. They had a run there for a bit, but I think the 45 of Taylor started getting a little hot, and it looked like he had to get some clean air. So a big run down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4 here. Again, the 5 of William Robbins leading this top line, trying to get something going. He's sitting in the 5th position right now. What this top lane's going to need is one of these top 3 or 4 cars to maybe ditch the bottom line and go up top to maybe kill their momentum on the bottom. But it's just hard to do. I mean, if you're up front in the bottom line, why would you switch lanes? Unless it's the end of the stage, you're trying to win the stage or something, I would stay down there for sure. Let's pull up some race information. Let's see how the manufacturer standings are looking. So right now in the Fords, Frankie Barroso in the 2nd position is your leading Ford with 7 Fords on the track, average running position 11.4. In the Chevys, we've got 12 of them. Derek Fye in the 4th position is your leading Chevy, average running position 13.5. And in the Toyotas, Steve Tucker, your race leader, 6 Toyotas out there, 14.2 average. And Fred Tenorio's asking how many cars we got. We've got 25 cars signed in here tonight at Talladega, Frank. Sorry, Fred. Joseph Gregory is pulling for Kerwin Marshall. Boy, I tell you what, Joseph, Kerwin is not putting on a clinic here tonight. I mean, he's slow, which is expected, but he could at least be out here wrecking some race cars or something. Kerwin needs to do something. As he's sitting in the 17th position, he's about a straightaway behind the lead pack. The weapon of Kerwin Marshall is not being a weapon tonight, so we're going to take the camera off of him until he figures something out and junks some race cars. But we got 15 people watching, folks. Be sure to click that like button, subscribe to the channel. Larry McReynolds has a message for you fans at home. Go ahead, Larry.
Hi, I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchinson Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Well said, Larry McReynolds wants you to subscribe today to Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Quit ignoring America's crew chief and click that subscribe button. Click the like button while you're at it, folks, as we are popping around here with the Wheels America Racing Cup Series on the world's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Thomas Meeks, new race leader, as the top line has made a move. So the top lane is there. Let's see if they can make the pass and take over the bottom line. We know eventually they're going to want to get down to the bottom. So the top lane, you have Meeks out front, followed by the 5 of Robbins and the 45 of Taylor. But they are losing some momentum as the bottom lane gets a big push from the 36 of Morante. Oh, they're junking it! The 88 of Fleming is junked. Others involved as well. Oh, my. Take a look at what happened. All right, let's stop it right there, folks. Let's go up to the Hutchinson Motorsports TV chopper cam. So here it is. You be the judge, folks. Yeah, the 65 of Diamond just comes down and junks them. So the 65 involved, 24 involved lightly. Looks like just a minor spin for them. And there you have it, folks. So it's going to bring out the caution here. Caution is out. We're going to take a quick break. Steve Tucker, your race leader. We're going to jump HMS TV side by side, do a quick ad break. Don't you go anywhere, though, folks. World's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. we are back here at the Turning Point USA 250 with the Wheels America Racing Cup Series on Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Monday night action here with the Flim Dogs Racing League. You're watching the world's #1 streaming service, but your front row, it's going to be Barroso on the bottom, Tucker on the top. Field is set, folks. We're going to have a stage here in about 4 laps or so as they are getting into the tri-oval here in front of a sold-out crowd as the fans are on their feet, off their seats. Racers are into the Juicy Spider restart zone. Green flag back in the air. Tucker with a good jump. He's going to go straight down to the bottom line as Thomas Meeks looks to be a sitting duck up top with no help. So again, going to have 4-lap dash to the end of stage number 2. We saw them all junk it there coming to the line at the end of stage 1. Are they going to do the same here tonight on stage 2? Boy, these guys went way up high. That is way too far up. They're going to lose some ground. Becker and Taylor have no clue what they're doing. They're trying to rip the fence. Somebody needs to tell the 55 of Meeks to go down. What are you doing? Christian Taylor hung out to dry. Thomas Meeks trying to rip the fence. I tell you what, when you're in the top line, a sure way to go to the back is to put it up on the wall. And this next-gen turd of a car. But Steve Tucker, your race leader, followed by Barroso, Morante, Fye, and Shelton into the top 5. Appreciate you folks tuning in here tonight. Good, clean race so far. Only a couple of wrecks. One of them was at the end of a stage break anyway, so really only one extra yellow that we didn't have to. Then we got Dominic in the chat, says he needs that prime car to mix it up with a big junk. I agree. Joseph Gregory says, I heard Tucker was texting and driving. It's definitely a possibility. Dominic says Matt doesn't have it in him. 100% agreed. But Frankie Barroso still out front. 2 laps left to go here in stage number 2. Who's going to bring home the big stage win? Here at Talladega, Tucker's going to go to the top line. Let's see if they can make that top line work as Shelton, your new race leader on the bottom. Boy, out of nowhere. That's Brandon Shelton into the race lead for the first time of the evening. Coming through turns 3 and 4. Going to get the white flag this time around for the stage break. Here they come with these fans on their feet, off their seats. They want to see some action. And folks, don't look now. The 48 of Kerwin Marshall is up into the top 10. Is he going to junk some race cars? Let's hop on board with the weapon in the prime number 48 machine, Kerwin Marshall. Oh, he's trying to junk him. What has gotten into the 48? Somebody has radioed down to the 48 of Kerwin Marshall. He just tried to take out the 73 in the corner. Keep your eyes glued right here, folks. I think you're going to see him junk it again. Oh, look out. 29 gets sideswiped there almost by the 5. Meanwhile, Dylan Morante, your race leader, coming through turns 3 and 4. Into the tri-oval. Going to be checkered flag hard into the wall. 36 of Morante. Oh no, Steve Tucker takes it over. So Steve Tucker passes Morante with no help. Boy, Morante is slow and he's junk. He just blew the race or the stage win. So Steve Tucker going to bring home stage win. Brandon Shelton is junk. Let's see what happens. Oh my. All right, let's hop up to the Hutchinson Motorsports TV chopper cam. Oh, folks, it was the 48. The 48 of Kerwin Marshall finally did it. He junked somebody. Here it is, folks. Take a look at Kerwin Marshall on the bottom line. Here he is. So he's going down. He's on the bottom. He's on the bottom. He says, oh, look, somebody's trying to get beside me. Nope. Goes up the track, doors the hell out of Shelton. Shelton gets into the 29, and then wham! Hard into the wall they go. My, oh my. Junk. There you have it. Well, folks, Steve Tucker, your stage number 2 winner. Let's take a quick break here as these guys go down pit road. We are going to rack them up and do it again. We will be right back on HMS TV, side by side. And we're back here at Talladega. J.R. Schomburg, your race leader. Let's talk to Steve Tucker, though. He was your stage number 2 winner. Let's get him in here. Steve Blake up in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, how we doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. Looks like you were able to steal that stage win there at the last second here for stage number 2 tonight.
Yeah, just you know, I had the attempts to push Dylan, I think it was, and just able to kind of make that move for the last second there. Just textbook for the most part. I'm not usually that great at that move, but I figured, what the hell, I'm in the position now. I'll try and get a stage win, and it worked. I saw the wreck behind me too, and I'm like, oh, crap. Hopefully the yellows will come out too early, but it's yeah, it all worked out.
Yeah, you know, we're 2 for 2 on wrecks coming to the end of the stage. So I mean, what do you think the odds of a wreck coming to the checkered is tonight?
It depends. I mean, this second half could be, you know, interesting in the sense of green flag, you know, saving fuel, things like that. Sometimes when that happens, you see the race kind of start to get single file and you know, guys starting to save fuel. And once green flags happen, if it does happen, you get little mini packs and things like that. So the chances are less likely, I feel like. But again, if we get like a late race caution and maybe the field's stacked back up, everyone's good on fuel, you'll probably see some hellfire. Yeah.
Yeah, now, last question. How good on fuel are you right now? How many laps can you go about?
Right now it says 28 laps. We're under yellow, obviously, so I'll need fuel, but really this is probably about 26, 27 laps. We'll have to fuel for about 9 gallons left at some point, and should be good from there.
All right, well, hey, we wish you the best of luck. It looks like you're about to get back going here at Talladega in the Turn Point USA 250.
Yes, sir.
So there's Steve Tucker, your stage number 2 winner. Quick little interview there. So you heard from him. You can go about 26 laps or so on fuel, it looks like. So if you look at the laps remaining here, I mean, the logical thing here is to kind of cut this in half. So my guess is you're going to see the guys come down pit road around laps 70 to 75. But we'll have to wait and see how this plays out as the pace truck is in. Field is set. It's going to be Schomburg on the inside, Diamond on the outside as they roll into the juicy Spider restart zone at Talladega. Green flag back in the air. So here you have it. Everybody went down pit road, and I assume some of these guys that leapfrogged the field, they might have went with no tires or something. So we'll just have to wait and see how this plays out. But again, 41 laps left to go. My guess is these guys are cutting this in half, come down pit road unless we get a caution, which is definitely a possibility. But we appreciate everybody tuning in here tonight. Looks like we've got about 16 or so watching. Be sure to click that like button on the video. Subscribe to the channel as J.R. Schomburg in that 24 machine leading the pack on the bottom line. We've had just a few cautions here tonight. 2 of them were coming to the end of a stage anyway. So again, really just 1 extra caution we didn't need. So fairly clean race, especially for Talladega tonight here. As you got that ugly Detroit Lion 65 of Mitch Diamond on the top line. Well, I tell you what, somebody needs to junk that guy. Get him out of here. Detroit Lions 3rd place in the NFC North. That's all they are, folks. They're 3rd place in their division team. There you have it. We got Z Mead in the chat. He's pulling for the weapon. Let's hop on board here with the weapon himself, Kerwin Marshall. Here he is, folks. That is a man you do not want to be in front of in the 55 of Meek Saul, who was in his rear view mirror, and he said, I think I'm going to try the high line out. So he switches from the bottom to the top lane to avoid the weapon of Kerwin Marshall. What a smart move from Thomas Meeks. This Prime 48 machine is licking his chops. He will send you to the pits in just 1 to 2 business days, just like Amazon Prime shipping. But a new race leader out front, Justin Malarkey out of Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Pennsylvania. In that 73 body armor machine, Justin Malarkey trying to hold on. 39 laps left to go here in the Wheels America Racing Cup Series Turning Point USA 250. Yusuf Gregory says Junkum weapon. I agree, Yusuf. He needs to start taking some more people out. He's only taken 1 out tonight. Not too shabby there for the weapon of Kerwin Marshall. Normally he's getting a handful at least. Especially the first few weeks of the season, I tell you what, he was on a roll. But lately, he's been trying something called clean driving, and I am not a fan. Let's drop back here to the 14th position. This guy's slow. He's jumped. It's bump and run Jesse Becker. Oh, he needs to get on the gas. I don't even think he's flooring it. Trying to go under the yellow line. He's trying to cheat. Somebody needs to protest him. I would. I'd report that. But we drop back here. Chris Essery in the 20th position. I tell you what, this guy has not been at all impressive tonight. Chris Essery in that 20 machine out of Bakersfield, California. He's been slow. He's been junk. He's been in the rear. Here he is, Chris Essery. It's like watching paint dry hopping on board with that guy. Get on the gas, Chris. Meanwhile, Josh Larson cruising around in the 3rd position here. Number 51 machine of Josh Larson ripping the top lane, trying to get a big push from the 13 of Michael Lanfear. It has not been a clean night for the 88 tonight. He had been junked, I believe, 2 times. Matthew Fleming, he is definitely out of fast repairs. Cannot afford to be in another wreck. New race leader out front. Josh Larson takes over the race lead there on the top line. We're going to see him shoot down to the bottom. I think that would be the smart thing to do. Larson sticking with the top lane, going down the back stretch. Looks like the top lane makes a big move. The 13 of Lanfear goes with him. So Larson and Lanfear, and then the 51 goes back up top. Boy, that was kind of a strange maneuver there to go back to the top lane. Let's see if it works out, though. Looks like the 51 of Larson wanted the 88 of Fleming to be with him. So door to door into the tri-oval. At the line, who's going to be your race leader? Looks like the 51 of Larson holds on to the lead for now. Yusuf Gregory says, put your foot to the floor, Kerwin. That is right. Kerwin Marshall needs to figure something out. Get that prime machine to the front. Boy, it would be great to see the 48 of Kerwin Marshall into the race lead. But I don't think he's got it in him. There's no way he's got it in him to get the job done here tonight. Needs to figure something out, though. Let's hop on board. Steve Tucker in the 12th position. As we drop back here in the 5th position, Justin Malarkey in the 73 machine. Looks like he's got a fan in the chat. Nate 4678 pulling for the 73, it looks like, of Justin Malarkey out of Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Pennsylvania. Boy, what is there to do in Scranton, Pennsylvania? My guess is nothing. Frankie Barroso sitting in the top 10. Been a good night for him. He was your stage 1 winner, sitting in 9th at the moment. Meanwhile, Chris Essery still in the back. This guy is so slow. They need to get him off the track. Is he meeting minimum speed? I don't think so. Get him out of there. But we got a drag race here for the race lead. The 51 of Larson on the top line. The 13 of Lanfear on the bottom. And Lanfear going to hold on with that preferred line of the bottom lane. We're in the next-gen cars here. The Turning Point USA with the Wheels America Racing Cup Series. Been a good one here tonight. Just a few cautions. 2 of them were stage breaks anyways. Again, so 1 extra caution for the night so far. Connor Gerard says the 88 is definitely going to be junk soon. That's Matthew Fleming. So Connor Gerard thinks the 88 of Fleming is going to junk it. Let's see if Matthew can get the job done and junk that race car. Well, I tell you what, Connor Gerard is not wrong very often. So my guess is you're going to see that 88 hit the wall here shortly. But when are these guys going to elect to come down pit road? We received word from Steve Tucker. They can go about 26, 27 laps on fuel. Just remember, though, you can save a lot of fuel when you're not the lead car as well. So we'll see if fuel strategy matters. I don't think it will, though, because these guys are all going to definitely have to pit regardless. As we head into lap number 64 this time around, Michael Lanfear, your race leader, Justin Malarkey second, followed by Mitch Diamond, Josh Larson, and Matthew Fleming rounds out your top 5. William Marshall says the 48 will be there at the finish. I don't know, William. I don't think he's got it in him. The weapon of Kerwin Marshall. He needs to junk some more race cars or do something. Here he is, all the way back in 15th. Let's hop on board with the prime 48 machine of Kerwin Marshall. He's got the 5 of William Robbins in his sight. Is he going to junk him? I think he might. A lot of work to do here tonight for Kerwin Marshall to get back up front. With 31 laps left to go, Michael Lanphier continues to lead the race here at Talladega on Hutchinson Motorsports TV, world's #1 streaming service. Larry McReynolds has a quick message for our fans at home. Go ahead.
I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchinson Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Well said, Larry McReynolds. America's crew chief would never steer you wrong, folks. Michael Lanphier continues to lead as we jump around the field. Christian Taylor in the 10th position in that number 45 machine. Jesse Becker has not been impressive at all tonight. I tell you what, this 23 car is not very fast. He's not very good. Jesse Becker, 16. Dylan Morante, we saw him out front earlier on. Well, here he is in 11th, right about in the middle of the field. Trying to work himself back out front. While Lanphier leads, Malarkey in the 73 sitting in second. Let's hop on board with Justin Malarkey. Big shout out to Juicy Spider Studios, folks. Check them out on X, formerly known as Twitter. Go to @Juicy Spider Studios, spelled just like it is there in the logo. You'll find them. They make everything from 3D animations to videos, basically anything, honestly. Our cool intro before the race, if you didn't see it, we'll show it at the end as well. They also made that for us. So a big shout out to them. Juicy Spider Studios make some top-notch stuff. And don't forget about Harpoon Design, harpoondesign.com. Brantley Roden, he's painted about half the cars in this field here tonight. As we have 28 laps left to go, the pit window going to open up here shortly. These guys could probably pit here in the next couple of laps and be good on fuel, but my guess is they're going to want to wait a little bit. Big push there on the top line. Here comes Steve Tucker with a little bit of help from Josh Larson in the 51. Steve Tucker is door-to-door with your race leader of Michael Lanphier. And at the line, Steve Tucker takes it over. Tucker says, later, loser. Josh Larson pushes him out front. Tucker ditches him the first chance he can. That's how it's done right there. A total leech move from Steve Tucker. As they go down the backstretch here with 27 laps left remaining here in the Turning Point USA with the Wheels America Racing Cup Series. 21 diehard fans watching right now. Be sure to click that like button, subscribe to the channel. You're going to see some pit stops happening here soon, folks. 26 laps left to go. These guys would be good to go on fuel if they pit next time around. You know, if I'm out there, I'm probably pitting this next lap if I can get a handful to go with me. A lot of people want to wait for a caution. Well, again, remember, at a super speedway, you're better off pitting under green. So I'd try to go down pit road right now, and then if a caution comes out, you leapfrog the whole field. So I think the smart thing to do is to go now. Let's see if any of these drivers are very smart. I don't think they are. But it's Tucker out front, followed by Lanphier, Malarkey, Diamond, and Schomburg, your top 5. Looks like no takers down below. We got one taker, and it's not smart to pit by yourself. So Thomas Meeks thinks he pulls a big brain move of the century, but hey, Thomas, hate to break it to you. You've got no draft help, bub. As soon as you leave the pits, you're a sitting duck, you're junk. Terrible move. Somebody needs to fire the 55 of Thomas Meeks, crew chief. But Steve Tucker continues to lead this race out front. The only way that move works out for Meeks is if there's a caution before he gets lapped. But let's see if we get some more cars to maybe come down pit road. Big run there from the 65 of Mitch Diamond. All the middle lane there. The 73 of Malarkey thinks about throwing a block, and he thinks otherwise, which is a good move. And it looks like we got a handful of cars coming down pit road. That's Chris Essery, as well as Kurdzalik and Burchett. So good move by them. You know, 3 cars, that's the bare minimum you want to pit with you. If you're going to go down with the group, you really want you probably want a few more than that. I'd say you want from 4 to 7 cars max. Any more than that kind of just slows you down, honestly. But we'll just wait this out, though. These guys can still make it quite a bit on fuel. Let's pull up the HMS TV pit strategy board. You see they pit 19 laps to go. We know they can make it about 26, 27 laps on fuel. So they can stay out there until, I don't know, probably about 15 laps to go or so if they really want to. But again, you're better off pitting under green, so I would just try to head down pit road ASAP. So 2 more go down pit road. That is Lanfear and Schomburg. They're going to elect to get some fuel. So Josh Larson takes over the top spot out of Springfield, Missouri. He's got Matthew Fleming behind him, as well as Tucker, Taylor, and Moroso to round out your top 5. So let's see who elects to come down pit road. This time we got a lot of guys in that bottom lane. My guess is you're going to see some of them. Here they come. Half of the remaining field comes down pit road, so you got 5 cars down pit road. That includes Larson, Fleming, Diamond, Robbins, and the GOAT, Kerwin Marshall, the weapon. So Steve Tucker continues to lead this race. Right now we check out the HMS TV fan chat. Dominic says Steve Tucker does not want to see me on the track. I'm sure he doesn't, Dominic. You must be real fast. And a dirty driver. I mean, you are rooting for the 48 of Kerwin Marshall. So my guess is you're a weapon out there yourself. And that is the best way to drive. So let's see if our race leaders elect to come down pit road with 22 laps left to go here. They're going to stay out. One of them is going to head down pit road. That's going to be, I believe, Cody Keller. So we got Tucker, Barroso, Taylor, Becker, and Fye, your top 5 here at Talladega. 21 laps left to remain here, folks. We're going to take a quick break. One short ad, and we're going to go HMS TV side by side. We'll be right back for the finish of the Turn a Point USA 250 here in the Wheels America Racing Cup Series. And we're back here at Talladega. Right now, the top four is all the same team. Storm Motorsports with Steve Tucker, Frankie Barroso, Christian Taylor, and Jesse Becker. All in the top four. So a dominating performance here right now. Let's see if they can continue this, as they do have to still pit. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. We saw a handful of guys kind of short pit the field. Let's see if staying out was the right call or if coming down early was the right call. As we pull up the pit strategy board here on the world's #1 streaming service, Hutchison Motorsports TV. They're going into their 25th lap here on the stint. They can make it at least another 3 or 4 laps. I'd say at least another 2 laps or so. Maybe 3 or 4 is pushing it. But we'll have to wait and see how this plays out here, as Steve Tucker is still your race leader. 18 laps left to go here. Be sure, folks, click that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let us know who you're pulling for in the chat. Thomas Meek says he didn't pit. He had to go and get his kiddo from dance. Well, that's unfortunate, Thomas. You had a good run going here, but appreciate you popping in and watching the stream as you're watching the Wheels America Racing Cup Series. Turning Point USA 250. Waiting on these race leaders to come down pit lane. When are they going to elect to go? Is it going to be next lap? But for now, it's Tucker, followed by Barroso, Taylor, Becker, and Fye, your top 5. Yusuf Gregory says, get out here, Roy. It's weapons. Roy's in the chat. Roy says, let's go, Steve Tucker. And then we got Dominic saying, Roy, you don't know ball. Well said, Dominic. Nonetheless, though, again, we're waiting for the final pit stop of the evening from our lead pack. Looks like they're staying out another go. Looking at the board here, this is going to be 27 laps out there. A few of them were under caution, so I don't know how much more they can make it. But let's see who your leading car is, who is good to go on fuel. Looks like this is your main pack right here. So these guys all pit. They elected to go down a little early. So Josh Larson leading this group. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. If going early was the call or pitting late was the call, I think it really just all comes down to which group has the better pit stop, gets onto the pit road quicker, and all that good stuff. Because tires do not matter here in lap speed, I would say. Connor Gerard says it's anyone's race. Well said, Connor. But we appreciate you tuning in here, spending your Monday night right here on the world's #1 streaming service, Hutchison Motorsports TV, with the Flim Dogs Racing League Wheels America Racing Cup Series. Big shout out to Juicy Spider Studios and Harpoon Design, 2 of the best in the business categories. Looks like the leaders are going to be coming down pit road this time around with 15 laps left to go. Let's see how sketchy this pit stop gets, folks. We're going to hop on board with Malarkey in the 7th position. Looks like all these guys heading down pit road. It's a hornet's nest. They're going about 6 wide into the pits. That is not a good way to get down pit road quickly. So there you have it. You see about 10 cars pitting all at once. The bad thing about this is it's hard to get to your pit stall when you're going 2 and 3 wide into the pits. But, well, they're all singling out pretty well. So never mind. That won't really be a factor. Wow, Jesse Becker did not overshoot his stall. This is the worst pit stop I've ever seen in my life from Christian Taylor. He needs to fire his fuel man. Christian Taylor put way too much fuel in. Well done, Christian. You're slow. You're junk. We're going to have a new race leader as the pack that pit early looks to be getting a huge run, and they're going to take over the top spot. Frankie Barroso is going to be the first car off of pit road in this group. He needs to try to fall in the line here with this hard charging group led by Josh Larson. DeRosso looks like he's going to be able to tag on to the back of this group. Well, it looks like pitting early was the right call. What did I say earlier, folks? I said pitting early was the way to go. Honestly, it's just smart. You need to pit early here in super speedway racing. Tires, it's not because of tires. It doesn't matter. You just want to get down pit road early on, because that way if there's a caution, you're in the green. And if there's not a caution, you're still good to go. As you can tell, with Josh Larson out front, but it looks like just about everybody is going to hold on to this main track. Except for one loser. Christian Taylor. Well done, Christian. Way to ruin a race, bub. So the pit cycle keeps these guys pretty well connected. They're all going to have a shot at this race. I believe the last car here in this group. Trying to find out. Looks like it's going to be Justin Malarkey in the 13th position. So all the top 13 have a shot at the moment. Again, though, we get a caution. Things change significantly as well. Then meanwhile, back in the 14th position, a little while back, about 6 seconds behind, you have two stragglers of Joseph Mealy and Gabriel Garcia. They're going to go nowhere, so they're basically done. Dominic Mills says, how do I get on track? Well, hey, I believe they're still taking entries here. In the description of the video, you're going to see a link to our Discord channel, the Hutchinson Motorsports TV Discord. Go ahead and join that, and then we can maybe get you connected with the Flim Dogs Racing League. See if you can get out here for the Racing Cup Series. Well, we got just 11 laps left to go here at Talladega. Steve Tucker back into the race lead out of Boston, Massachusetts. Josh Larson behind him in second, followed by Burchett, Robbins, and Kurzelik, your top five. Folks, with 11 laps left to go, we're going to take our final break of the night, unless we get a caution, which is definitely doable. And we will be right back. Going to do a quick ad break. We're going to go HMS TV side by side. Be right back. And we're back here at Talladega right now. Steve Tucker, still your race leader. These guys getting a little bit racy with just 8 laps left to go. Track position is important, and these guys are showing it. Big run on the outside line. Justin Malarkey going to take over the top spot, and he goes down to the bottom. In the chat, Dominic says, fine, let's finish this off right. 10-car pileup. I agree. Kerwin Marshall needs to start taking out some race cars or something. We are still clean and green here at Talladega. The Turning Point USA 250 as Josh Larson takes over the top spot. Larson with the San Antonio Karting Complex on the car. I tell you what, if you're in the San Antonio area, head on over to the San Antonio Karting Complex. Some of the best karting in the business. Josh Larson, your race leader. Nate still in the chat pulling for this 73 machine. It's been a good night so far for Justin Malarkey. Can he get the job done for Nate? Right now sitting in the third position as we got a lapper coming up. Six and a half laps left to go. Josh Larson out front trying to hold off Robbins, Malarkey, Tucker, and Phi, who are all in the top 5. We got about a 13 or 14 car breakaway pack. So any of these guys do have a shot at winning this race. Chris Esri just put down the fastest lap of the session, folks, a 49.14. Chris Esri is on the gas right now. Connor Gerard, what is the Connor intense meter at right now? Let us know. If you're new here, folks, the Connor Gerard intense meter, it is a number from 0 to 20 on how intense the race is. Well, folks, hate to break it to you, it's hardly ever under 20. Normally, it's up as high as 10 million. Wow. But be sure to click that like button on the video for us if you haven't. Really helps us out. Subscribe button if you haven't done that. That helps us out even more. And hell, share it with your friends. And let us know who your favorite driver is. That way I can make fun of them. While they're on the track, then they can't argue it. It's basically a fact. I mean, if nobody argues something when you're making fun of a driver, it's got to be true, right? But currently out front, we got Steve Tucker, your race leader, then the 12 of Frankie Barroso, and the 23 of Jesse Becker. So a Storm Motorsports top 3 right now. Can they hold on with just 4.5 laps left to go here at Talladega in the Turning Point USA Wheels America Racing Cup Series action? Connor Gerard puts the intense meter at 33,000 out of 20. Yusuf, that is actually kind of low for the intense meter. Again, I've seen it up to 10 million. So 33,000, you know, not a bad race, but they're just not junking it. If you want to hit the 10 million mark, you need to start junking some race cars. We got 4 laps left to go. Are they going to stay clean and green? Or are we going to get a green-white checkered? Or are they just going to stay green to finish? Good battles up front right now, though. My guess is, you know, I think it's going to stay green to the white flag lap, and then they're just going to be junking it all around the track. But if it happens after the white flag's out, no caution comes out, and we get a clean finish. But 15 fans tuned in here to watch the finish of the Turning Point USA 250 as Dylan Morante has taken over the race lead. Dominic says Esri is on PEDs with that kind of a lap. I agree with you, Dominic. Got to be cheating. We saw how slow he was all night long, and then out of nowhere puts down that kind of lap time. But the bad news for him, he's still the last car in this group, so he's kind of junk. Tucker looks to make a move to the outside. Kind of a shocking move as Barroso, his teammate, on the bottom. Oh, man, they're getting antsy now. 3 wide battles for the race lead. Barroso looks to the inside. Into the tri-oval. Tucker with a big push on Morante. At the line with 2 laps left to go. Dylan Morante, still your race leader. So Tucker and Morante go down to the bottom line. The 73 of Malarkey, not much help there. He's going to shift down to the bottom lane. down the backstretch. Can we get to the white flag, or are these guys going to junk it and bring out the caution? Down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. 2 laps left to go. It's going to be 1 if we can get to the line. Look out, Steve. Tucker squeezing the 73. Oh, no, he turns him. Hard to the wall. They're junk. Caution is out before the tri-oval. Oh, my. We saw that coming, folks. They are junk. See this replay. That is not what the 73 wanted or what the 56 wanted as well. But let's see this replay here real fast. Hang on, I'm trying to find a different view here. Take a look at the chopper cam. So here it is. Let's see where this starts. Slow this down a little bit. So you see the 73 on the back bumper of Tucker. He just kind of turns him. He was all over his bumper the whole corner. I think he was trying to dump him, and he finally did. He says, later, loser, I'm going to junk you. Turns him in, and then Tucker goes straight up the track, says, I'm going to get you back. Smokes him. 73 involved. 54 involved. The 20 gets turned, goes down to the inside, and the 88, he wasn't able to make it out. That's his 3rd wreck of the night, and there you have it. So we're going to rack them up. We're going to do a green, white, checkered finish here in the turn and point USA 250. Let's take a quick ad break, folks. We appreciate you tuning in. Finish coming up next. Green, white, checkered with the Wheels America Racing Cup Series. Folks, we are back here with the Wheels America Racing Cup Series. Jesse Becker into the race lead as we saw the top 2. They had to go down pit road. I think they were going to be short on fuel. So that was the bad move of the people that pit early, pushing it on fuel. So Morante gives up. I believe he was in the race lead at the time. Goes back. Now he's sitting in 7th. We're going to see how this plays out as Jesse Becker again into the race lead. Let's pull up your HMS TV pit strategy board. There you have it. 15 laps ago, Becker in 5 hit. Larson 23 laps ago. Lanfear 24. So everybody should be good to go on fuel. I don't think anybody's kind of risking it yet. Now, if we get another yellow and another green, white checkered, things might change. We're going to see how this plays out here. I'm not sure. I'm trying to confirm how many green, white checkers we get here in the Wheels America Racing Cup Series. There's no telling, folks. Typically, though, at these super speedways, when you get one green, white checkered, you don't usually get a second one, because normally they don't wreck it until they get to the white flag. But you never know what's going to happen here, folks. Let us know in the chat, though, who's going to get the job done. We know we got a lot of Kerwin Marshall fans out there, the weapon of Kerwin Marshall and the 48 machine. Right now, he's sitting in the 13th position. Can he make some magic happen from the back? Going to have 2 laps to figure it out. I don't know. It's not easy to pass in these next-gen cars. He's got his work cut out for him for sure. But Yusuf Gregory says he's got a source that says the weapon was on 0.0 gallons of fuel and needed that caution. So big news for the weapon. Well done. What a strategy. We got Seth Fallon in the chat pulling for the weapon. Z-Med pulling for the weapon. Nate wants a 73 to win it. Connor Gerard, who do you want to win? Let us know who you're pulling for in the chat, folks. We got 26, 25 watching or so. Who is the fan favorite here right now? It might be the weapon of Kerwin Marshall. As the field is set, we are ready to roll. It's going to be Becker on the inside. 5 on the outside. Going to be a green, white, checkered. Overtime finish into the Juicy Spider restart zone. Green flag in the air. Good jump there from the bottom line. You have Becker on the bottom with Larson and Taylor behind him. Can we get to the white flag to get a finish? Just a matter of time before somebody on that bottom line makes a move. They are shoving each other hard there on the bottom. Morante looks to the outside. He wants to be the lead car on the outside line. These guys need to work together to get up there. So it's going to be Becker followed by Larson, Morante, Taylor, and 5. Into turns 3 and 4. It's going to be the white flag this time around if they can make it. Into the tri-oval. Still clean and green. 3 wide is Jesse Becker, your race leader. Can he get to the start-finish line? White flag in the air. So there's going to be no cautions, folks. We're going to get a finish. Becker's leading the bottom line with Morante leading the top line. Third lane trying to get formed. Not much help. They're going to need to get it going right now. Oh, Becker gets a shove from Larson. Keeps it straight. Bottom lane is all over the place. Down the backstretch, they're junking it. Half the field is junk. We'll go back and watch that later on. The bottom line of Becker trying to hold off the top line of Morante. Through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Out of turn 4 into the tri-oval. It is door to door. Becker's going to need a push. It's going to be close. Morante on the top. Becker on the bottom. Checkered flag in the air. Winner's going to be Dylan Morante. What a finish there with a turning point. USA 250. Morante, your winner. 5 brings home second. Becker third, followed by Lanfear and Larson. Let's take a look at these wrecks earlier on here, folks. Kerwin Marshall is junk. He was involved. Oh my gosh, Kerwin Marshall is dead. Fan favorite Kerwin Marshall just lost his life. Let's see what happened here. Let's go to the Hutchinson Motorsports TV chopper cam. Here it is. So the 24 just smokes or gets turned there. 48, nowhere to go. Wham! Hard into the wall he goes. Kerwin Marshall, he's dead. But Dylan Morante brings home the big win for Blackout Motorsports. What a race out of Northampton, Pennsylvania. Dylan Morante, your winner. Folks, we're going to interview our top 3 drivers. Don't you go anywhere here as Dylan Morante starts to burn it down. We've got Jesse Becker, Derek Fye, and Dylan Morante, your podium finishers here tonight. All right, let's get Jesse in here, our 3rd place finisher. This is probably the first time I've had to interview Jesse in forever with him being on the channel here. Let's get him in here. Jesse, Blake up in the booth. You got a copy?
Loud and clear, my friend.
Hey, this is probably the first time I've interviewed you in, I don't know, maybe 2 years.
After a race, for sure. It's pretty awesome. I mean, coming out of turn 4, I thought I had a good shot at the win, but I mean, I'm not mad at a 3rd. I mean, well, you know what I mean. Like, I wish I could have won, but I'll take 3rd.
Yeah, it looked like you got a little bump there and got a little sideways coming out of 4 or something, and it really slowed your momentum down. But it has to feel pretty good bringing home a podium finish for yourself and Storm Motorsports as well.
Yeah, it feels really good. Had Larson behind me, and he was giving me good pushes, and there was one on the backstretch that almost made me see Jesus. But, I mean, it's kind of what had to happen there. It was the final lap, so I definitely get it, and I appreciate him trying as hard as he could to push me to win there. But the top line just has that momentum, and I don't know, Dylan Morante just has something. There's something about him at a super speedway, because he won the first race of Gears Racing League for Storm Motorsports. He was on our team for that, and here he is winning another plate track. So he's just got something a little special in that 36 car. So shout out to him.
Absolutely great run for him, and great run for Storm Motorsports. You guys led a lot of laps here tonight, and pretty good finishes for the most part for the team.
Yeah, Frankie and Steve were up front for pretty much most of the race, like usual. Frankie had that pit road incident, and then Steve was in that last wreck. And anytime me and Christian tried to do anything to get to the front, it seemed like we just dropped to the back. I mean, the only reason I got this podium is because I had enough fuel while a lot of people didn't for the green, white, checkered. So it all worked out in the end, and I'm pretty excited for sure.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, Jesse, you've had the floor a lot before, but hey, you may as well go ahead, give us some shout outs before you head out.
Yeah, shout out the teammates, Christian, Jack, Steve, Frankie, all talking and helping out. Jack had some sort of weird issue. He was trying to race, but it just wouldn't let him per usual. Something about his computer or his internet, just hates that man, so I feel bad for him. Shout out to my wife, my baby girl Allison. Thanks for letting me race. And I'll see you next week. And if you're tuned in and you're a fan of GLSR, we'll be back for that at Rockingham Wednesday.
Absolutely. Well, hey, great run, Jesse. And before you head out, there's rumors stirring in the garage that you started a car dealership recently. Is that true?
Yeah, just adding to my resume. I've ran a car dealership. I've ran malls. I've ran gas stations. You name it, a recycling center. You name it, I've probably ran one before. So just kind of expanding the resume a little bit.
Absolutely. Well, hey, congratulations once again, Jesse Becker, Storm Motorsports, bringing home the 3rd place finish.
Thank you, buddy. See you.
There you have it, Jesse Becker. He's usually up here in the booth with me or calling a race on his own, one of the two, but bringing home a podium finish here tonight. Jesse Becker in the 3rd. Let's get Derek Fye in here, our 2nd place finisher. Derek, Blake up in the booth. You got a copy?
Oh, yeah, I gotcha.
Hey, a great run for you. You're up front most of the night, and you're able to bring home a 2nd place finish here at Talladega.
Yeah, that was wild. I just stayed out. I was surprised a few cars went to get more gas. I don't know if they're just running up towards the front there, towards that last stint there, and just had to get some gas. But I knew I was close, and I was surprised the other guys went in. So starting on the front row definitely helped a little bit. And then I just didn't really have anything. I don't know if I just can't drive or what, but I was kind of glad Dylan moved up in front of me just so that I could just push him and hope neither of us wrecked each other. So super happy with the finish and just overall pretty surprised, honestly.
Yeah, well, hey, it definitely worked out for you. A good run here tonight. Now, next week, do you know where we're going?
I think it's Nashville. I think we're going to Country City.
Yep, well, that's what I'm seeing, Nashville. How are you feeling about your chances over there? It looks like a night race at Nashville.
I'm feeling pretty good. I like the shorter tracks where you have to actually use some brakes, and a lot more than just riding around just full gas pedal. So I'm feeling pretty good about Nashville, and hopefully we get a similar finish as we did tonight.
Absolutely, and hopefully this will put you in a good point spot. I haven't really looked at the points standings yet early in the season, but you should be doing pretty well so far.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. There's a lot of good drivers in this league, so I'm just trying to kind of keep my head above water, and tonight definitely helped, and I think I got third or fourth in both the stages, so I mean, definitely exceeded my expectations for sure.
Absolutely. Well, it was a great night for you, bringing home the second place finish. Before you head out, though, you got any shout-outs or anything for the fans watching at home?
Yeah, I'll shout out my wife there. She's on the hood of my car, Tayfi Artist. She does some great artwork. Just an unbelievable artist. And then I'll just shout out the guys that run this league and you for putting this on the broadcast. I appreciate it. All the hard work definitely is showing. So just really appreciative of being able to run in this league, and hope to keep having some success.
Absolutely. Well, hey, we thank you for that, and a great job out there tonight, finishing second tonight in the Turning Point USA 250 with the Wheels America Racing Cup Series.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Well, there was Derek Fye, your second place finisher here. Good run for him. Always good to talk with Derek. Well, folks, it's time for the star of the show, Dylan Morante, your race winner. Let's get him in here. Dylan, Blake up in the booth. You got a copy?
I do.
Hey, what a night for you. You had speed all night long, and at the end, you make the move on the last lap to steal the win here at Talladega.
Yeah, I'm very, very happy with this recovery after last week's shenanigans in the final lap. So very happy I could bring it home for myself and the team.
Absolutely, and it seems like just something sticks for you here at these super speedway tracks, and you put another one in your resume, winning the Turning Point USA 250.
Yeah, I tend to know when to go and when to not go, so they usually work out for me if I can keep the nose clean, which luckily I was able to do tonight. Didn't end up in any wrecks. I was fortunate enough to do that, kept it out front all night, and just ended up getting lucky at the end there with a few gaps and took them.
Yeah, well, it definitely worked out pretty well for you. Now, next week is a Nashville night race. How you feeling about your chances at Nashville?
I do like Nashville, so we'll see. Definitely would aim for a top 5 there, but we'll see what I can do, bring on points. This win was definitely very helpful in terms of playoff-wise and securing that spot, but yeah, I enjoyed Nashville.
All right, well, hey, great job out there tonight. Before you head out, though, you got any shout-outs or anything for the fans watching at home?
Shout out to you and the flagship guys as always for putting this on every week. Shout out to Gabe. I'm pretty sure. I think he had a decent finish. I'm not really too sure, but he was running all night, and we were working well. And yeah, so let's have some fun next week too. Try and keep it clean.
Absolutely. Well, hey, congratulations on your big win here at Talladega with the Wheels America Racing Cup Series. Dylan Morante, your winner. All right, well done for Dylan, parking it in victory lane here in the Turning Point USA 250. Well, folks, we appreciate you tuning in here tonight. Be sure before you head out, click that like button. Subscribe to the channel, Hutchison Motorsports TV, world's #1 streaming service. Take a look, though, at this beautiful intro/outro video that our friends over at Juicy Spider Studios made for us, folks. If you're looking for any video work or graphic work, head on over to Juicy Spider Studios. You can connect with them on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. Take a look at this beautiful intro/outro. But that's all we got here tonight, folks. Again, we appreciate you tuning in. Hutchison Motorsports TV, we're going to be back on Wednesday with 2 streams going on. Jesse Becker's going to be calling the GLSR Mr. Radiator Truck Series. I'm going to be on the call with the Superstar ARCA Cup Series. We will see you then. Coming out of turns 3 and 4. Chad White on the bottom. William Duff on the top. Checkered flag in the air. Who's going to win? It's William Duff. No, look out. He just junked it. Look out. Oh, my God. World's #1 streaming service. Hutchison Motorsports TV. On the call tonight. On your feet. off your seat. It's about to go green.